First at Randwick. Race 1 at Flemington. This is at Randwick, sending through the late mail for us this afternoon. Here he is with his report on Race 1.
Still a rider to come for Miss Gilliland later in the day. That's the only one we need. And now we're all set, and they're off in the first of the day. And Look at Mars bounced out in front, commencing very quickly. Spark of Life, it'll lead, and Spark of Life, a comfortable pilot now, length and a half. Akram and Look at Mars, followed by Fixated, Sweet and Tidy, and then Showcrest and La Nikita, followed by, on the inside, Subjugate and Dodge the Shouters last. Spark of Life, 700 out, leads about 3/4. Look at Mars, Akram third, Sweet and Tidy running fourth. Fixated next on the inside of Showcrest, a length and a half. La Nikita, one Subjugate, and a similar margin. Dodge the Shout. To the turn they travel, and Spark of Life giving back as a big sight, and the Chestnut straightens up and increases its lead to about 2.5 lengths now. Look at Mars, Akram, followed by Fixated, a couple into Subjugate, Showcrest and Sweet and Tidy. It's Spark of Life to the distance at the 200. 4 clear. Fixated, forget about Subjugate, but Spark of Life is going to beat them out of sight, railing magnificently. It's 7 lengths clear of Fixated and Akram, and this is pretty good. Spark of Life trounced them. Second, Fixated. Third, Akram. Subjugate fourth. Couldn't get out of its own road early. Followed by Look at Mars, then La Nikita, Sweet and Tidy, and Showcrest and Dodge the Shout, the last two. Gee, it's pretty good. Spark of Life. Georgie Scamone for Alan Denham and the Burney and Jones families. By 9 carat from a Celestial Bounty mare, Sparkling Bounty. Jumped well from the rails, increased its lead coming to the turn, and thereafter further increased its domination, and this might well be one out of the box. Well, he annihilated them on a heavy track at his only start prior to this at Newcastle. Mick Squire's aboard, and today, well, how far's he won by? Waiting on the numbers to come up. 2 Spark of Life. George Scamone has run 103.51 and has beaten Chicken's class record. Not surprisingly, on this dead track, and Chickens ran 103.83 on a good track. So it just shows you that this bloke has got plenty. 2-1-4-3 are now semaphore. Spark of Life, George Scamone, first. Fixated number 1, ridden by Rod Quinn. Second by Canny Ladd, trained by Johnny Hawkes.
Now here we are at Flemington. They're getting them organised for race 1. Prince Benbara at 350, but support coming for Sunny Century and Amalfi Interest. Here's Greg Miles for race 1.
Righto, Matthew joining us as well, so we're all on board now for the first event, the Henry Bolte Trials here, and they're all in, set to go. Off, Prince Benbara just walked out of the gates over near the outside. Gentleman Caller and Eastern Spirit got away well. Sunny Century's up there in company with Refugee and I'll Get By. Amalfi Interest is in behind the speed in the early stages. So they've jumped the first, they settle into stride, go past the 2,800. Here's the second hurdle looming up. Sunny Century in front of I'll Get By, who has the rails. And wider out is Eastern Spirit in the black and red colours as they leap this. Followed closely in the field by Timber Grove, Refugee the inside. Then Prince Benbara, who's moving up 3 deep over on the outside of Amalfi Interest and March in Style, who's on the fence, and a couple of lengths further back, Gentleman Caller, Lafitte, Supreme Heights, Top Colour, and Millennium Dancer last of all. So here's the fourth one. Sunny Century over it in front. The second horse flattened it. One of those there might have been I'll Get By or Timber Grove. Eastern Spirit is on the outside in third placing, but travelling wide as they leave the straight now. And then Refugee, Prince Benbara, 2 lengths further back as Amalfi Interest, followed by March in Style. Closely followed in the field by Gentleman Caller, a length and a half, Lafitte, and then Supreme Heights, Top Colour, and Millennium Dancer last by the 2,000 metres. Here's the first on the riverside. Sunny Century in control. Over it he goes, leading by a length and a half. Timber Grove in second placing. On the outside is Eastern Spirit. 3 lengths away, I'll Get By fourth, and then Refugee. Next to Toppy, Prince Benbara, followed by Gentleman Caller outside Amalfi Interest. 2.5 behind these, March in Style as they go to the hurdle at the 1,700 metres. Oh boy, Prince Benbara nearly lost his lollies there. He went down on his nose. Back behind them, Top Colour getting through on the inside of Lafitte and Supreme Heights. And 4 lengths Millennium Dancer as they leap the next hurdle now, and they go towards the 1,400 metres. Sunny Century trying to do it all, led Timber Grove by 2. Third is Eastern Spirit outside Refugee. Gentleman Caller in fifth placing outside I'll Get By as they leap this. Then Amalfi Interest, Prince Benbara. A length further back as March in Style. Supreme Heights under the whip. Millennium Dancer starting to pick up a bit of ground, but he needs to. And then Top Carla as they go to the hurdle at the 11.50. And Latifah dropped out to be last. Sunny Century's got away on them a bit, heading to the 1,000 metres, and he put 4 lengths on them now. He's in front of Timbergrave and a Gentleman Caller, and back behind them then is Refugee fourth on the inside, and then Eastern Spirit as they go to the third last one. Next is I'll Get By. Millennium Dancer still making ground round the outside. Eastern Spirit battling. Back behind those horses coming up towards the turn. Prince Benbara running about 7th around the turn. It's still well back as Top Carla, and also on the inside of it, March in Style. The Thief's last. Sunny Century with the good lead coming around the turn. Gentleman Caller giving chase, and Amalfi Interest is running on the outside too. And they were followed then by Millennium Dancer wide out on the course. Timbergrove and Refugee are making ground, and so is March in Style. Gentleman Caller moved up to Sunny Century, and Amalfi Interest is joining in on the outside, and they were clear to Refugee and Top Carla, and then Millennium Dancer at the last one now. Amalfi Interest on the outside and Gentleman Caller. They've raced away to Sunny Century and Top Carla on the inside. Amalfi Interest and Gentleman Caller with 100 to go. It's Amalfi Interest. The Houlihan polish starts to shine through, and Amalfi Interest pulled away to win it by a length. Gentleman Caller, Top Carla third, Sunny Century four, then Millennium Dancer, followed by Supreme Heights, and behind him I'll Get By, March in Style, and then came towards the end of the field is Latif, Timbergrave and Refugee. Long break to Prince Benbara, and Eastern Spirit is last to go over the line.
That's the Jim Houlihan colours. He's trained another hurdle winner. Amalfi Interest number 2, ridden by Jay Bowles at $8, $2. 14 Gentleman Callers run a good race, ridden by Willie Harnett. And 12 Top Carla will be fourth, ridden by P. Hamblin. So the numbers are 2, 14 and 12 past the post on race 1 from Flemington. The third pick. Wayne Harris joins us now with the late mail.
My numbers here in race 2 are numbers 2, 1...
He's locked away and they're set to run. Second of the day, 1,600. $1.70 in New South Wales Mufti. Just about ready. They're off this time, and immediately Pont du Gard dropped out to last. Lantief second last. Mufti straight to the lead from Choimar. Kentucky Image jumped out well. Plywood and Tismazing are not far away, followed by Just Landing. And then Lantief going up on the inside of Kentucky Image, who's drifting back a little. Matey second last, and 2.5 to Pont du Gard. At the end of 400 metres, and Mufti is the clear-cut leader by 2 lengths on Choimar. Third, Just Landing, Plywood fourth. Ryder looking across, trying to get in on Plywood. Then Tismazing, Lantief inside of Kentucky Image. Second last is Matey at absolute as Pont du Gard. They work their way to the side of the track now, past the 950, and it's Beedman controlling the race to a nicety on Mufti. And Mufti leads out by a length and a half Choimar, and 2 to Just Landing, a half to Plywood the outer. Another 2 lengths gap to Tismazing, 1 Kentucky Image. Lantief is next, followed by Matey, and 2.5 to Pont du Gard, who'd have to be 10 lengths from Mufti, who at the 600 is about 2 lengths clear on Choimar from Just Landing. Plywood hard ridden, so too Kentucky Image, Tismazing, and then Matey, followed by Lantief, and Pont du Gard is still absolute. Mufti leads them clearly, heading for home at Up the Rise. Mufti by 3 lengths now. Just Landing second. Tismazing is getting along the rails. And then comes on the outside Plywood. Pont du Gard making ground quickly. And then Matey. Mufti as Beedman shakes it up. It's a couple of lengths clear on Pont du Gard. Matey out wide. But Mufti's still in front. 50 to go. They're not going to catch Mufti. Second Pont du Gard, then Matey. But Mufti wins it again. Mufti beat Pont du Gard and Matey from Plywood and a Just Landing. And then came Tismazing in company there with Kentucky Image, and tailed off were Choimar and Lantief. Number 1. Mufti all the way, wins again, scored here over 1,400 on the 24th of May. He's an improving horse. Darren was certainly able to dictate in that. And the quest for fame gelding was too good. Out of Trousseau, a Biscay mare, owned by the Woodland Stud, John Hawkes, Darren Beedman. Number 1 will be up very shortly at $1.70 and $1.10. And the second and the third placings. Pont du Gard has battled on pretty well. A gelding by Danehill Dancer, Paul Perry, Alan Robinson. And Matey is by Hugh Matilla from Daisy Cutter. Rod Craig, Rod Quinn. He'll pick up a race shortly, I'm sure, Matey. 1, 2, 9 and 6 are official now. Mufti first, Darren Beedman. 2, Pont de Garde, Alan Robinson second. Number 9, Matey third, written by Rodney Quinn. And 6 ran fourth, Plywood, Jamie Innes. And the totes, number 1, $1.70 and $1.10. Number 2, $1.40.
Tycoon has returned to the gates. And it's ready. Victor standing in well. Here's Fastest Catapult coming up into the line. Peter Mertens won handsomely on a slow track at Hamilton last time out. Flaming Unreal is ready. Zoo to move in. So too Kapita. Cesaro Timing. Danswar on the move. And Ning Rain, who'll jump from the outside barrier. So Ning Rain now firming in the betting on track. Very solid favourite. Outstanding trial win in the quickest time of the day. This is Tennessee Tom coming up. Winner if it's only started Terang. Did beat the favourite home in a trial before that at Ballarat. So at $8.60 he's pretty good value. Just about ready. There's Kapita, the favourite, lining in. So Ning Rain looks to be the last to get set over on the outside. It's ready. They're all in. Set to go. 1100 down the straight. Tennessee Tom just shifting about a little in the gates. Standing up well. Off they go. Ning Rain jumped fast on the inside in company with Tennessee Tom, and Burnline got away fast in the early stages. Cosmic Beam jumped quickly, and so too did Kawita, heading towards the front, and Fastest Catapult is one of the leaders, cutting across from an awkward barrier draw. Charlie Tango's worked over too. It's in the first few horses in the dark blue colours. Tex Tycoon in behind the speed, and the stablemates are coming up the middle there. They're headed by Deflect, who's ahead of Notional. Danswar's in that bunch, and Dilly Dally is right behind them. Flamin' Unreal has drifted towards the end, and Vector would be last, with Zoo running about third or fourth last. Tally Tango, the leader at the 400 metres. Ning Rain against the outside rail, and Fastest Catapult between them. Next is Kapita, who's under the whip, and then Tex Tycoon. Deflector's making a good race of it up the middle with Danswar and Dilly Dally at the 200 metres. Now they stretch across the track. Ning Rain this side, Tally Tango, Deflect, Danswar. Kapita's putting in a burst in the middle now, and Dilly Dally the far side. Deflect and Dilly Dally with Kapita. It's Dilly Dally driving home the best, and Dilly Dally beats Deflect and Kapita. Danswar, Tally Tango, and then came Cosmic Beam. Making up some ground then was Zoo, and they were followed by Tennessee Tom. Ning Rain just wilting the last bit of the race, followed by Flamin' Unreal and Notional. Vector, and back behind them there is Tex Tycoon, if I haven't already called that one. Followed in by Fastest Catapult, Burnline towards the end, and last to go over the line, Cesaro Timing.
Closer to the inside, the South Australian filly, Dilly Dally, number 14, trained by Leon McDonald and ridden by Bryce Diekman. It's having a good run. 8 Deflect second, Dan Nikolic, and 1 Kawita will be third, ridden by Dale Smith. 14.81 across the line, race 2 at Flemington. Leon, great job with her. Now here we are at Murray Bridge. We're about to tick over start time, and we haven't seen a runner move.
Disappointingly only 7 runners, but they're off and on their way for the longest journey, and one of the best out well's Texan, Trader the Bolter. Going after him now is the old-timer, the 11-year-old Turkey Lane, to work up to be a narrow leader. Churchill nicely poised on the inside goes to second, and they go to that first fence about 200 metres after the start. And the old-timer Turkey Lane on top today shows the way a length and a half to Churchill, who's being restrained on its outside. Lazar, 1.5 further back then as they go to the next fence was Wash and Wear. Then Winsome Willie the inside, a length and a half to Texan Trader, and Delete Me Not, she's last of all, and I suppose about 7 lengths off the lead as they take the last fence along the far side of the course, all over it okay. And the leader now, with a change in proceedings, is Churchill. He has gone to the front as we thought he'd do, but took a little while to go there and leads out by 3 or 4 lengths down the hill. He's charging down the hill. Second, Turkey Lane. Third was Lazar in close contact. Winsome Willie travels up nicely. Fourth, the rail. A length away, Wash and Wear. A half the outside, Delete Me Not. And Texan Trader, the roughie, is at the tail of the field. Churchill is the leader. It's a moderate pace as they come around the turn. Lazar's fighting the rider, keen to go on with it, and moves up outside of the veteran galloper Turkey Lane. He's thrown the head all over the place, Lazar. Winsome Willie fourth the rail, and over on the outside, Wash and Where Delete Me Not eases out deep to have a good sight of her fences, and two away last of all, Texan Trader. The first of three in the home straight the first time. Churchill ran out at it, but cleared it nicely, and he drops back to the rail again. Let's see what he does as he comes to the second one, and again he moved out slightly, not as much as the one before, and Lazar's pulled its way up to be second. He's keen to get on with it. Here they come to the last of the treble in the straight the first time. They'll only have two the last time round, and he's crashed through it. Oh, Churchill showed no respect for that at all. That will give him varicose veins for sure as he goes out of the straight. Gee, hit it hard. You could probably hear it in the background. Lazar second, third, Wash and Ware made ground. Then came Winsome Willie from Turkey Lane, Delete Me Not, and Texan Trader the bolter. He's at the tail of the field. Churchill's got some speed on the flat and he kicks away again. A length and a half to Lazar. They've got a good long run before they get to that next fence again. Which is looming up at around the 1400, and Churchill shows the way as they come to it now from Lazar the outside. Again, Churchill just took off a little bit close to it, but he got away with it. Lazar's really putting the pressure on the favourite now, and they're three in front of Winsome Willie running a race from Wash and Ware. Here comes the mare Delete Me Not from Turkey Lane as they draw to the next fence, and last of all still is Texan Trader. Here they come to it at the 1200 metre mark, and Lazar out jumped Churchill. I reckon he's taken the sting out of himself with that one he hit earlier, although he's kicking back again with some ability on the flat. And now Churchill again comes through to lead Lazar. Third placing Winsome Willie's running a heck of a race, followed by Wash and Ware Delete Me Not. Lazar's gone to the front again. Further back Turkey Lane, and three away last of all Texan Trader. Churchill's ability on the flat is keeping him in the race as they come over that next fence there. They've all cleared it. They're all standing. Lazar got away a length and a half to Churchill. I reckon he might have knocked the stuffing out of him at that third fence in the home straight the first time. Winsome Willie's the danger to the pair of them. They've got away now, five in front of Wash and Ware Delete Me Not. Turkey Lane, his old legs are telling, and three away last of all Texan Trader. The leader Lazar from Churchill, but Winsome Willie, I think this might be his first go over the big fences. Winsome Willie is after Lazar. Churchill is plodding. Further back behind those then Wash and Ware Delete Me Not, Turkey Lane, and well back Texan Trader homeward bound. And the closing ranks now where the leader Lazar by a length and a half. Winsome Willie two away then Churchill. Further back Wash and Ware's running a bit of a race over the second last, and Lazar got over it, three in front. Second placing Winsome Willie. Here they come to the last from Churchill and Wash and Ware, but Lazar's cleared the last one magnificently, and Lazar set for victory is whacking away. Texan Trader nearly sold out at the last, but Lazar's going to win it nicely. Lazar eased down on the line, scores by about 4. Second placing, dead heat, either Wash and Ware or Churchill. Winsome Willie didn't quite see it out. He's weakened to be fourth after looking a huge chance around the turn. Further back, old Turkey Lane, Delete Me Not, and tailed off the bolter, Texan Trader.
Lazar, number 4, ridden by B. McLean. It's tight for the minors. The odds-on favourite Churchill, number 1. He'll need some goanna oil on those legs, I'd say. He really smacked into one of those fences very badly. Churchill, it's good stuff, the goanna oil, or Denker Rub. He'll need something on those legs. He'll be a bit sore tomorrow or tonight. He's in this photo for second. He's come again after being beaten. And Wash and Ware, number 7, is the horse alongside him. No question about the winner. It's won by a couple of lengths for Lazar. But for second, we've got Churchill, number 1, and Wash and Ware on the outside, number 7. We'll stand by for the judge to post them, but we'll move on to Randwick, where the third race is coming up in 4 minutes' time. They're heading around to the start. Marchioness, number 5, is the very clear pick at $2.10 ahead of Plain Crazy. Here is Wayne Harris with the late mail. The trifecta, $173.80. New South Wales dividends will be up shortly. Now, Eagle Farm waits right on race 2. The New South Wales first 4 at Eagle Farm.
107. Oh, 107. All right, that's official. Didn't think you got the time, Bruce. But anyway, it's 107 officially. All Elegance out. Number 7, and was a $16 pop on the toe to New South Wales. And elsewhere it would have been about shorter, 13. Okay. All Elegance out, kick behind the barrier, no problems with the hoop, he's okay. And the starters on the stand. presses the button, and there they go. And Hello Nordic Flight came out hopelessly, wants to buck in the early stages, and Marchioness, the heavily backed favourite, is the leader. Burkina Miss is taking her on, however, and going up very swiftly. Cardiff Bay with Lismore. Not all that far away. Next is Grandeur. Chalet Amy pratted that off the track, and then comes Plain Crazy Quest for Success, followed by Razor Jane, and Nordic Flight on a worse behaviour at the rear. Marchioness narrowly from Cardiff Bay to the 652 to Grandeur wide. Burkina Miss the middle. Lismore's the rails, then Chalet Amy a length to a Plain Crazy, parked on the inside of Quest for Success, and then comes Razor Jane, and Absolute is Nordic Flight. It's Marchioness for little Robin Freeman, a clear-cut leader, and into the straight comes Marchioness, increasing her lead to 4 lengths. Cardiff Bay and Grandeur Lismore, and then Burkina Miss, Quest for Success, and Chalet Amy, Razor Jane and Plain Crazy, but the grey mare Marchioness first up for 4 months. She's a big leader. She's about 4 or 5, Quest for Success, Razor Jane and Grandeur, but Marchioness, a low tiring, is a mile too good, and Marchioness wins it well from Quest for Success and Razor Jane, and then Grandeur Lismore, Plain Crazy, Nordic Flight, followed by Burkina Miss. A long gap then to Cardiff Bay, and Chalet Amy was a distant last.
Marchioness number 5, ridden by Robin Freeman and trained by Gay Waterhouse, $2 and $1.30. Tony Brassell's best bet of the day home. Quest for Success number 3, ridden by Jay Ford, will be second, and Razor Jane number 11, ridden by Shane Moses, will be third. But she's lived right up to those recent barrier trials, Marchioness, winning first up today. Very easy style. No need for the whip. Marchioness, hands and heels by Robin Freeman. 5-3-11 on the third.
He raced this, quite a bit of speed in my opinion, and a lot of it is out as well, which is going to make
But from field, settles now, all clear. Off they go. Not a bad start either. Feel and Confabulated drift back early, and Fair Weather was the first to bound out of the stalls. It lands narrowly in front, but there's a bit of pace up there. Dreamlike is up in the leading bunch, and Upmarket Star had jumped quickly with Cosmic Coincidence, and Be My Person just easing off them. Settling fully now, and driving on Dreamliker goes up and heads Fair Weather, who retains the rails, and 2 lengths away in the field, Cosmic Coincidence. 3 deep around Upmarket Star and Be My Person on the fence. 1.5 to Taffeta Miss, who's travelling about 3 wide there, being followed by Regal Tess on the inside, and Miss Ali Rauders deep, and Barrages between fillies. 2 lengths to Marinetto Miss, followed by Feel, Wild Rapid, and Confabulator went back from the outside barrier. Fairweather boots through on the rails and has a narrow lead from Cosmic Coincidence, 3 away from the rail. Miss Ali Rauders 4 wide, and Dreamliker is 1 away from the fence. That's the quartet leading up Market Star and Be My Person as they corner, and they're followed by Taffeta Miss, never been on the track but working home down the outside, followed by Barrage, Wild Rapid, and as they get to the 300 metre mark, Field is the widest runner at the 300 now, and Fairweather still had the lead, but here's Taffeta Miss. She's let loose with that big run. She sprints to the front now. Confabulator, Be My Person makes some ground, and Wild Rapid makes some ground also, but Taffeta Miss is travelling well at the 100 metre mark from Be My Person and Wild Rapid, and a good win. Taffeta Miss goes on to score by 2 lengths on the line to Wild Rapid. Be My Person a neck away third, and then Confabulator, Fairweather, Regal Tess, Field, followed by Upmarket Star, Little Filly. She might have felt the weight. Dreamliker was next in, trailed further back in the field then by Marinello Miss, Mazzardi Royal, Barrage and Cosmic Coincidence last in. Taffeta Miss, the winner, number 15, ridden by Matt Pumper, trained by George Hanlon, beating Wild Rapid and Be My Person. Round $4 and $1.60 the winner, $4.10 second, and $6 for third.
Keep them on numbers similar, but...
Sir Douglas Wadley. Here's Larry with the tips.
Yes, Matt, she certainly is a tough races. We've got the chances drawn out wide and then a lot from interstate. But look, keep them on numbers similar, but I'm just changing them around. I'm going for the moody horse here, Sydney Quest. Looks particular.
And they're racing now. Chosen Princess first to go. Bella Carews missed the kick, I think, came out about second last. Palmina's going for speed with our Rio, and Consamy's going to head them all off around the first corner. Consamy goes to the front, 9.50 to go from Chosen Princess, followed by Our Rio. Crystal Lane is fourth. Sins of the Mine is fifth, trapped out deep. Palmina's on the fence, and Kaznadine between runners. Then Kai Chow's followed by Sydney's Quest, and Delwood Dancer, followed by Shaddad's Princess. and Charlotte Sounds on the fence. Bella Carouse is worse than midfield in the fave. Dane Tris is back to third last from La Quality and Line Error. On the corner, 500 to go. Chosen Princess and Cons Amy. They came round the bend together with 400 metres left to go. Crystal Lane on the outside. Our Rio in the middle. Palmina on the fence. Sydney's Quest is going up on the rail, followed by Kai Chow, and then came Kaz Nadim well on the straight, and Cons Amy is the leader. Our Rio coming after Cons Amy. Palmina's on the fence. It's Our Rio going up to Cons Amy at the 100 metres mark from Palmina. Kaz Nadim late. Our Rio in front of Cons Amy, close to home, and Our Rio has won from a very close photo between Cons Amy or Kaz Nadim. Palmina's run fourth. Then came Sydney's Quest, Charlotte Sound. Then Dane Tris, Bella Careuse, Delwood Dancer. The next home, Line Error, followed by Crystal Lane, Kai Chow, La Quality. And then came the Fave, followed by Shaddad's Princess. A long way back on the field, the Chosen Princess. And last home in the race was Sins of the Mind.
Our Rio, number 13, trained by Sean Dwyer and ridden by Chris Muntz. Very tight for second between 3 Kaz Nadim and 4 Cons Amy. Our Rio the winner, and we'll stand by for that minor result. 3 and 4 have hit it together. That was only her third start today, Our Rio, a filly by our Maze K. She's been a big improver. We've got to leave it there because they are getting set at Murray Bridge for race 4, where the main chances include Son of Pegasus, number 4, at 570, then down to Stagshaw and Lord Revoke, number 8. Over to the next bunch. Here's the favourite, Pilsener, number 11, Darren Beedman's mount, $3.40. And riders will be legged up pretty soon. Now at Eagle Farm, the numbers 3, 13 and 4. Our Rio beat Kaz Nadim and Cons Amy. The trifecta was over $2,500. The New South Wales first 4 still to come. We'll be back with more Monday racing on Sky in just a moment.
Course operations. Now, only Raiden Rule to move in by the look of it. Previous race going to Marchioness. Raiden Rule is about to come forward here. George Scamone riding Raiden Rule for Jack Denham. Jack's son Alan trained the first winner, ridden by Georgie, Spark of Life. Now they're all in. Away they go on the 4th, and Sir Covert, the moment he hit the ground, his head went up and he lost a length and a half. And Tom Careuse is the early leader, taken on by Zarouk, and going quickly as Lord Revoke. A little more than a length, the Papal Prince and Russelon, followed by Son of Pegasus. And then at the head of the others as they settle down, Pilsener, followed by Sentimental Tour. And then Sir Covert, and on the inside, Francois, Kiowa, Raiden Rule, Stagshaw. Campbell's runners Absolute. Down past the 700 they go. And Tom Careuse, the leader, a length and a half on Lord Revoke, and 2 Zarouk around Papal Prince, then Russelon, followed on the fence by Pilsener, Son of Pegasus, Sentimental Tour, Francois. Sir Covert is out very, very wide now as they race to the bend, and then Raiden Rule, Kiowa, Stagshaw, and tailed off Campbell's Run into the straight, and Tom Careuse the leader, Lord Revoke after him along the rails. Zarouk third, the grey, followed by Pilsener, hooking out now, and is running on resolutely, and Papal Prince is labouring. Here is Pilsener after Lord Revoke, and as they come to the 150, and Pilsener reins in Lord Revoke, Tom Careuse and Zarouk, but Pilsener's coming away, and Pilsener beat Lord Revoke, and third Tom Careuse from Zarouk. Then came Sir Covert, pretty good run after making a miss shortly after the start, and then Stagshaw making up many lengths. Papal Prince, Sentimental to a Son of Pegasus, Russelon, Raiden Rule, Kiowa, and Campbell's Run was a distant last pretty well from start to finish. Too good for them, Pilsener. 11, 8 and 1 you'll find them. Pilsener, written by Darren Beedman first. Second will go to number 8, Lord Revoke, Johnny Grisdale, 1, Tom Careuse, written by Jamie Ennis third. He's been knocking at the door, that horse, Pilsener. He'd run 2 very good races at Rose Hill behind Fiery Venture, who, of course, ultimately then went to Hawkesbury to win the Rowley Mile last Thursday. And although he was coming back 100 metres from the road,